Eric Hammer here, registered physiotherapist. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the importance of having an exercise program that's functional for whatever the goals are of the patient. But before I continue, please hit that subscribe button below so you'll be notified about any new videos I have here on my channel. So when we're doing a specific rehab program, right, it's really important to have the specific goals in mind of what ultimately the patient wants to get back into. So whether that's a sport, whether that's some sort of recreational activity they're not able to do, whether that's just regular day-to-day activities that right now are difficult to accomplish, we really want to have this end goal in mind. And the reason for that is you simply can't isolate a specific muscle and have that impact the different activities. You have to make it activity specific. And the reason for that is that these muscles, they biomechanically, they have to work in a very specific way for specific activities. So for example, if I'm let's say I'm a pitcher for baseball, right? And I'm noticing that I'm having pain with throwing. And then when I get assessed, well, we notice that, hey, there's some weaknesses in a specific rotator cuff muscle. Well, it's not going to be enough just to strengthen that muscle. We actually need to break it down to exactly biomechanically how that muscle is being used when the person is pitching. So initially, right, we might isolate the muscle with, let's say, doing some band work of some nature. But eventually, right, we're going to have to break down the actual components of the throwing and to really pay attention to biomechanically what's going on with the patient in different positions, and are there specific compensations that are occurring as they're going through the throwing motion. What's happening to the shoulder blade? Is there something going on, again, in terms of just the mechanics of the throw? So we really want to break down the different components of throwing and then create a specific exercise, right, that mimics those different components of the throwing action. Because again, in a lot of cases, it's the motor control, it's the biomechanics, it's the different positions that are taking place in the throwing action that might actually be leading to the pain or the injury that's occurred, or the weakness in through, again, that rotator cuff muscle. So again, really important, and I think this is a component that's missed in a lot of cases, is breaking down functionally and from a biomechanical perspective exactly how a movement is taking place, and to be aware of what might be contributing to a potential motor control program or a movement dysfunction. And so again, I think this is a really important topic that people need to be aware of, that, hey, even though there's a muscle, let's say, that we've identified that's weak, that's not firing correctly, we need to break down the different movements in order to rehab this correctly, and look at the different motor control and movement patterns and biomechanically how somebody's doing a particular movement in order to correct it, and in order for somebody not to experience that same pain again. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below. And thanks again for watching, and please make sure to check with a physiotherapist to make sure that any of the exercises shown in these videos are appropriate for you. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.